Ever wonder why some folks keep going when the odds are against them? What if the secret to winning is just hanging in there? Let me tell you a story about trust and crystal formation, two things that might seem unrelated at first but are deeply connected when it comes to business success. First off, let's talk about crystals. You know those shiny, perfect structures you see in science museums? Well, they don't just appear out of nowhere. Crystal formation is a slow and meticulous process where molecules align over time to create a stable and beautiful structure. It's like waiting for a late bus on a rainy day, you know what I mean, right? Or learning to cook without burning the kitchen down. It takes patience, just like saving up for that dream vacation or teaching a kid to tie their shoes properly. And let's not forget the all-nighter you pull debugging code until it finally works. Patience is key, and it's the same with building trust in business. Now, let's define trust. Trust is the foundation of any successful relationship, whether it's personal or professional. It's like landing that big client after months of pitching, or finally selling your business for a profit. Trust is the feeling you get when you cross the finish line first in a race, or when you write a hit song that everyone loves. And it's the satisfaction of building your dream home from the ground up. Trust is what keeps customers coming back, employees loyal, and businesses thriving. So, how do patience and trust relate to each other? Patience is like the fuel, and trust is the destination, but sometimes the road is blocked. Just like crystal formation, building trust takes time and effort. You can't rush it, or you'll end up with a weak structure that crumbles under pressure. But if you're patient and persistent, the trust you build will be as solid as a perfectly formed crystal. And once you have that trust, it can lead to incredible success, just like those beautiful crystals. Let me share a few stories of people who embodied patience and trust on their path to success. Thomas Edison, the famous inventor, failed 10,000 times before he finally got the light bulb to work. Can you imagine that? 10,000 tries. But he didn't give up, and his persistence paid off. Edison knew that every failure brought him closer to success, and he trusted in his own abilities to keep going. Then there's J.K. Rowling, the author of the Harry Potter series. She faced rejection after rejection, with a total of 12 publishers turning down her manuscript. But Rowling didn't let that discourage her. She believed in her story and kept pushing forward. And when the 13th publisher finally said yes, it was the start of a literary phenomenon that has touched millions of lives. And let's not forget about Colonel Sanders, the founder of KFC. He pitched his fried chicken recipe over 1,000 times before someone finally said yes. Imagine hearing no over and over again, but still believing in your product. Sanders trusted in the quality of his chicken, and his persistence paid off in a big way. These stories show us that patience and trust go hand in hand. Just like crystal formation, building trust takes time and effort. It's not always easy, and there will be setbacks along the way. But if you keep going, if you stay patient and trust in yourself and your vision, you can achieve incredible things. Now, let's talk about how this relates to business. Jane Goodall, the renowned primatologist, emphasized the importance of patience and understanding in building relationships with others. She spent years observing and learning from chimpanzees, slowly earning their trust. Goodall's work shows us that trust is foundational to meaningful connections, whether it's with people or animals. In the world of business, Jamie Dimon, the CEO of J.P. Morgan Chase, stresses the importance of trust in banking. He believes that trust is the cornerstone of customer relationships and long-term success. Dimon understands that customers need to feel confident in their bank, knowing that their money is safe and their needs will be met. Without trust, a bank can't survive, let alone thrive. And then there's the story of Lego, the iconic toy company. In the early 2000s, Lego was struggling financially and losing market share. But the company didn't give up. Instead, they focused on rebuilding trust with their customers by prioritizing quality and innovation. Lego listened to what their fans wanted and delivered products that exceeded expectations. Slowly but surely, Lego regained consumer trust and saw a resurgence in their market position and financial stability. It's a perfect example of how trust, like crystal formation, can be rebuilt and solidified over time to achieve enduring success. So, what can we learn from all of this? Trust is like a crystal, it takes time and patience to form, but once it's there, it's beautiful and strong. And just like those crystals, trust can be rebuilt if it's damaged. It's all about being patient, persistent, and always striving to do your best. In business, trust is the key to long-term success. It's what keeps customers coming back, employees loyal, and companies thriving. And it's not something that can be rushed or faked. You need to earn trust through your actions, just like Jane Goodall did with her chimpanzees, Jamie Dimon does with his customers, and Lego did with their fans. So, the next time you're feeling frustrated or impatient, remember the story of crystal formation and trust. Think about Thomas Edison, J.K. Rowling, and Colonel Sanders, who all faced countless setbacks but never gave up. And remember that, with patience and persistence, you can build something beautiful and lasting, just like a perfectly formed crystal. Now, you might be thinking, okay, this all sounds great, but how do I actually build trust in my own business? Well, stick around, because in the next part of this video, we'll dive into some practical tips and strategies for earning and maintaining trust with your customers, employees, and partners. But for now, just remember, patience is like waiting for your Wi-Fi to reconnect. It's agonizing, but you have no choice, and the reward is worth it. Trust is like a delicious cake, it takes time to bake, but once it's ready, everyone wants a piece. And building a successful business is like trying to herd cats, it's chaotic and challenging, but with patience and trust, you can get everyone moving in the right direction. So, keep going, stay patient, and trust in yourself and your vision. With time and effort, you can build something incredible, just like a perfectly formed crystal. And that, my friends, is the power of trust in business. Welcome back, folks. We're diving deeper into the world of trust in business, and we're going to explore how the philosophies of Jane Goodall and Jamie Dimon can guide us through this journey. Just like the slow and meticulous process of crystal formation, where molecules align to create a stable and beautiful structure, trust in business takes time and patience to build. Pretty cool, huh? Let's get started. Jane Goodall, the renowned primatologist, has always emphasized the importance of patience and understanding in building relationships. Her teachings can be likened to the formation of crystals, where trust is the foundational element that creates meaningful connections. Let's explore 3 philosophies from Jane Goodall and how they relate to trust and crystal formation in business. Philosophy 1: Patience is key to building trust. Just like the slow process of crystal formation, building trust in business requires patience. Jane Goodall's work with chimpanzees showed that patience is essential in gaining their trust and understanding their behavior. In business, this translates to taking the time to build strong relationships with customers and employees, just as molecules align over time to create a stable crystal structure. Trust, like a crystal, can be fragile and easily shattered, but with patience, it can be rebuilt and strengthened. Let's look at 3 examples of how patience leads to excellence. Ariti, in different fields. An athlete, imagine a marathon runner training for the Olympics. They don't just wake up one day and run 26.2 miles, it takes years of patient training, building up their endurance and strength. Just like the slow formation of a crystal, the athlete's trust in their own abilities grows with each training session, leading to excellence on race day. A chef, in the kitchen, a chef perfects their craft through patient experimentation with flavors and techniques. They don't rush the process, instead, they take the time to understand how each ingredient interacts with others, much like molecules aligning in a crystal. This patience leads to trust in their culinary skills, resulting in exquisite dishes that showcase their excellence. A painter doesn't create a masterpiece overnight. They patiently build layers of paint, allowing each to dry and interact with the next, just as molecules form a crystal structure over time. Through this process, the painter develops trust in their artistic vision, leading to a work of art that exemplifies their excellence. Philosophy 2: Understanding leads to stronger connections. Jane Goodall's ability to understand chimpanzees allowed her to build strong, trusting relationships with them. In business, taking the time to understand your customers' needs and your employees' motivations is crucial for building trust. Just as the molecules in a crystal align based on their unique properties, understanding the unique aspects of your stakeholders helps create a stable and beautiful business structure. 3 more examples of how understanding leads to excellence. An athlete, a basketball player who understands their teammates' strengths and weaknesses can build trust on the court. By patiently learning how each player contributes to the team, they can make better decisions and execute plays more effectively. This understanding leads to excellence in teamwork and performance. A chef who understands their diners' preferences can create dishes that delight and surprise them. By patiently observing and learning from their customers, the chef builds trust and loyalty. This understanding allows the chef to showcase their excellence in creating memorable dining experiences. A painter A painter who understands the emotional impact of color and composition can create works that resonate with viewers. By patiently studying the art of visual storytelling, the painter builds trust in their ability to communicate through their art. This understanding leads to excellence in creating powerful and evocative paintings. Philosophy 3. Empathy fosters trust and growth. Jane Goodall's empathetic approach to studying chimpanzees allowed her to gain their trust and learn more about their lives. In business, empathy is crucial for building trust with customers and employees. Just as the molecules in a crystal are attracted to each other, empathy attracts people and fosters growth, creating a strong and stable business structure. 3 final examples of how empathy leads to excellence. An athlete, a soccer coach who empathizes with their players' struggles and triumphs can build a trusting team environment. By patiently listening and understanding each player's unique journey, the coach fosters growth and excellence on and off the field. A chef who empathizes with their kitchen staff's challenges can create a supportive and collaborative work environment. By patiently working alongside their team and understanding their needs, the chef builds trust and loyalty. This empathy leads to excellence in the kitchen and in the dishes they create. A painter who empathizes with their subjects can create portraits that capture the essence of their personality. By patiently studying and understanding the emotions and experiences of their subjects, the painter builds trust and creates works of art that showcase their excellence in capturing the human spirit. Now, let's shift gears and explore the philosophies of Jamie Dimon, the CEO of J.P. Morgan Chase. Just like the 10,000-hour rule popularized by Malcolm Gladwell, Jamie Dimon believes that trust in banking, and in business in general, is built through consistent effort and dedication over time. Let's dive into 3 philosophies from Jamie Dimon and how they relate to trust and crystal formation in business. Philosophy 1. Consistency builds trust. Jamie Dimon stresses that trust is the cornerstone of customer relationships and long-term success in banking. Just like the consistent alignment of molecules in a crystal, businesses must consistently deliver on their promises to build trust. This means providing reliable products and services, just as a crystal's structure remains stable over time. Trust, like a crystal, can be fragile, but with consistent effort, it can be maintained and strengthened. Let's look at 3 examples of how the 10,000-hour rule leads to excellence in different fields. A guitarist who practices for 10,000 hours doesn't just magically become a virtuoso overnight. It's like leveling up in a video game, takes forever but you're unstoppable after. Through consistent practice, they build trust in their own skills and develop a deep understanding of music, leading to excellence in their performances. A coder who spends 10,000 hours writing code doesn't just suddenly become a programming wizard. It's like trying to solve a puzzle that's missing half its pieces, frustrating but satisfying when you finally crack it. Through consistent effort, they build trust in their ability to solve complex problems, leading to excellence in their work. A surgeon who performs 10,000 hours of surgery doesn't just wake up one day and save lives effortlessly. It's like trying to juggle while riding a unicycle, terrifying but impressive when you pull it off. Through consistent practice, they build trust in their surgical skills, leading to excellence in patient outcomes. Philosophy 2. Transparency fosters trust. Jamie Dimon believes that transparency is crucial for building trust with customers and stakeholders. Just like the clear structure of a crystal, businesses must be open and honest about their practices and performance. This transparency allows customers to see the value they provide, just as the beauty of a crystal is apparent to the eye. Trust, like a crystal, can be damaged by hidden flaws, but with transparency, it can be maintained and strengthened. 3 more examples of how the 10,000-hour rule leads to excellence. A guitarist who spends 10,000 hours learning music theory and technique can create complex and beautiful compositions. By consistently practicing and pushing their boundaries, they build trust in their creative abilities, leading to excellence in their songwriting. A coder who spends 10,000 hours working on open-source projects can contribute to the development of powerful software. By consistently collaborating with other developers and sharing their knowledge, they build trust within the coding community, leading to excellence in their contributions. A surgeon who spends 10,000 hours studying and practicing new surgical techniques can offer innovative treatments to their patients. By consistently staying at the forefront of their field and sharing their knowledge with colleagues, they build trust in their expertise, leading to excellence in patient care. Philosophy 3. Accountability strengthens trust. Jamie Dimon emphasizes that accountability is essential for maintaining trust in business. Just like the strong bonds between molecules in a crystal, Businesses must take responsibility for their actions and make things right when they go wrong. This accountability allows customers to rely on them, just as a crystal's structure remains stable under pressure. Trust, like a crystal, can be damaged by mistakes, but with accountability, it can be repaired and strengthened. 3 final examples of how the 10,000-hour rule leads to excellence. A guitarist who spends 10,000 hours performing live can learn to handle any situation that arises on stage. By consistently facing challenges and taking responsibility for their performances, they build trust in their ability to entertain and engage audiences, leading to excellence in their live shows. A coder who spends 10,000 hours debugging and maintaining their code can create software that is reliable and efficient. By consistently taking responsibility for the quality of their work and fixing any issues that arise, they build trust in their ability to deliver high-quality products, leading to excellence in their coding. A surgeon who spends 10,000 hours reviewing and learning from their past surgeries can continuously improve their techniques and outcomes. By consistently taking responsibility for their patients' well-being and striving to do better, they build trust in their commitment to excellence, leading to improved patient care. Now, let's look at 3 stories of businesses and individuals who have built trust over time, just like the formation of crystals. Story 1: Disney's bankruptcy to empire rise. In the early 1980s, Disney was on the brink of bankruptcy, with its theme parks struggling and its animation studio floundering. But under the leadership of Michael Eisner and Frank Wells, the company patiently rebuilt its reputation and regained consumer trust. They focused on creating high-quality content, like The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast, and invested in the expansion of their theme parks. Through consistent effort and a commitment to excellence, Disney transformed from a struggling company to a global entertainment empire, just like a crystal growing from a tiny seed to a magnificent structure. Story 2: Musk's SpaceX near failures. Elon Musk's SpaceX faced numerous challenges and near failures in its early years, with several rocket launches ending in explosions. But Musk and his team patiently worked to understand and fix the issues, learning from each failure and building trust in their ability to reach their goals. In 2012, SpaceX successfully launched a spacecraft to the International Space Station, a major milestone that solidified their reputation as a leader in the space industry. Just like the slow formation of a crystal, SpaceX's success was built on a foundation of patience, understanding, and trust. Story 3: Oprah's rags to TV queen journey. Oprah Winfrey's journey from a childhood of poverty and abuse to becoming a media mogul is a testament to the power of trust and resilience. She patiently built her career, starting as a local news anchor and eventually launching her own talk show. Through her empathetic approach and commitment to sharing meaningful stories, Oprah gained the trust of her audience and became one of the most influential figures in media. Like the slow formation of a crystal, Oprah's success was built on a foundation of patience, understanding, and trust in herself and her abilities. As we've seen, trust in business, like the formation of crystals, is a slow and meticulous process that requires patience, understanding, and consistency. Whether it's through Jane Goodall's philosophies of patience, understanding, and empathy, or Jamie Dimon's emphasis on consistency, transparency, and accountability, trust is the foundation of meaningful connections and long-term success. And as the stories of Disney, SpaceX, and Oprah show, with patience and dedication, trust can be rebuilt and solidified over time, leading to enduring success. So, let's keep working on building that trust, one molecule at a time. As we come to the end of our journey on trust in business, let's take a moment to reflect on the profound lessons we've learned. You see the point, don't you? Trust, like the formation of crystals, is a slow and meticulous process where molecules align to create a stable and beautiful structure. This process symbolizes the importance of trust built over time, as emphasized by Jane Goodall's teachings on patience and understanding in building relationships with others. Trust is the foundation of meaningful connections, and this is no different in the world of business, as Jamie Dimon's perspective on the importance of trust in banking illustrates. Trust is the cornerstone of customer relationships and long-term success. The economic story of Lego's turnaround in the early 2000s further demonstrates how trust, like crystal formation, can be rebuilt and solidified over time to achieve enduring success. But what does this mean for life? Trust is not just a concept for businesses, it's a vital part of our everyday interactions and relationships. Just like life lessons are like Wi-Fi signals, hard to catch but game-changing when you do, trust can be elusive but transformative when we embrace it. It's about being patient, understanding, and consistent in our actions. Trust is the glue that holds our relationships together, whether with family, friends, or colleagues. It's the foundation upon which we build our lives, and without it, everything crumbles. So, can we apply these lessons to our own lives? Absolutely. Here are 5 tips to help you build and maintain trust in your personal and professional life. 1. Be consistent in your actions. Trust is built through consistent behavior over time. Make sure your words and actions align, and people will learn to rely on you. Consistency is like a trusty old car. It may not be flashy, but it'll get you where you need to go. 2. Communicate openly and honestly. Transparency is key to building trust. Share your thoughts, feelings, and intentions openly, and be willing to listen to others. Open communication is like a good pair of headphones. It lets you tune into what really matters. 3. Keep your promises. When you make a commitment, follow through on it. Keeping your word is like a trusty old recipe. It may not be exciting, but it always delivers. 4. Show empathy and understanding. Put yourself in others' shoes and try to see things from their perspective. Empathy is like a warm blanket. It provides comfort and reassurance when we need it most. 5. Be patient and give trust time to grow. Trust doesn't happen overnight. Be patient and allow relationships to develop naturally. Patience is like a slow cooker. It takes time, but the results are worth it. Now, let's explore some inspiring stories that demonstrate the power of trust and patience in achieving great things. Steve Jobs' Apple comeback is a testament to the importance of trust and perseverance. After being ousted from the company he co-founded, Jobs returned to Apple in 1997 and led it to unprecedented success. He trusted in his vision for the company and patiently worked to rebuild Apple's reputation and product line. His unwavering belief in the power of innovation and design ultimately led to the creation of iconic products like the iPod, iPhone, and iPad, cementing Apple's position as a technology leader. Nelson Mandela's 27-year wait for freedom is a powerful example of patience and trust in the face of adversity. Imprisoned for his fight against apartheid, Mandela never lost hope in his cause or in the power of reconciliation. He trusted that one day, South Africa would be a nation of equality and justice. When he was finally released in 1990, Mandela led the country towards democracy, becoming its first black president in 1994. His patience and unwavering trust in the goodness of humanity changed the course of history. Albert Einstein's late-blooming genius is a story of trust in one's own abilities and the power of perseverance. Despite struggling in school and facing numerous setbacks, Einstein never lost faith in his own potential. He trusted that his unconventional way of thinking would lead to groundbreaking discoveries. It wasn't until he was 26 that Einstein published his theory of relativity, which revolutionized our understanding of the universe. His story reminds us that trust in ourselves and our unique gifts can lead to extraordinary achievements, even if they take time to manifest. Ludwig van Beethoven's deaf compositions are a testament to the power of trust in one's art and the resilience of the human spirit. As his hearing deteriorated, Beethoven could have given up on his music, but he trusted in his inner vision and continued to create. He composed some of his most iconic works, like the Ninth Symphony, while completely deaf. Beethoven's unwavering trust in his own genius and the transformative power of music allowed him to overcome seemingly insurmountable obstacles and leave an indelible mark on the world. As we conclude this exploration of trust in business and life, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned and how we can apply these lessons to our own journeys. Trust is like a crystal, slowly forming over time through patience, understanding, and consistency. It's the foundation of meaningful relationships and the key to long-term success, as demonstrated by the stories of Jane Goodall, Jamie Dimon, and Lego's remarkable turnaround. So, what does this mean for you? How can you cultivate trust in your own life and relationships? Here are 5 questions to help you reflect and engage with this topic. 1. What's your toughest wait? Share below. We all face challenges that test our patience and trust. What's the most difficult thing you've had to wait for, and how did you navigate it? 2. Could you keep going after 1,000 no's? Rejection is a part of life, but it's how we respond to it that matters. Think about a time when you faced repeated rejection. What kept you going, and how did you ultimately succeed? 3. How do you build trust with others? Trust is a two-way street. What actions do you take to foster trust in your relationships, both personal and professional? Share your strategies and insights with the community. 4. What's the most important promise you've kept? Keeping our word is crucial to building trust. Reflect on a time when you made a significant promise and followed through on it. How did it impact your relationships and self-esteem? 5. How can you be more patient with yourself and others? Patience is a virtue that takes practice. What steps can you take to cultivate more patience in your daily life, and how might this improve your relationships and overall well-being? As we wrap up, remember that trust is like a garden. It requires nurturing, patience, and consistent care to flourish. Just as crystals form through a slow and meticulous process, trust is built over time through our actions and interactions with others. Whether in business or in life, trust is the foundation of everything we do. So, let's commit to being more patient, understanding, and consistent in our efforts to build trust, and watch as beautiful and enduring relationships blossom in our lives. Thank you for joining me on this journey of exploring trust in business and life. I hope you've found inspiration and practical insights to apply to your own path. Keep nurturing your trust garden, and remember, just like life lessons are like Wi-Fi signals, hard to catch but game-changing when you do. Trust may be elusive at times, but it's always worth the effort. Until next time, keep trusting, keep growing, and keep shining like the beautiful crystal you are.